Good morning everyone. Basa na tayo ng Bible. Proverbs chapter 8 and 9 and 2Corinthians chapter 3, buong chapter 3, verse 1 to 18. Yung schedule nyo dyan guys, pang September 10 na natin to. Advance tayo. Basa. 2Corinthians chapter 3. Are we beginning to commend ourselves again, or do we need, like some people, letters or of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter written on our hearts, known and read by everybody. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. Verse 4. Such confidence as this is ours through Christ before God, not that we are competent in ourselves to claim anything for ourselves, but our competence comes from God. He has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. The glory of the new covenant. Verse 7. Now if the ministry that brought death, which was engraved in letters on a stone, came with glory, so that the Israelites could not look steadily at the face of Moses because of its glory fading though it was. Will not the ministry of the Spirit be even more glorious? If the ministry that condemns men is glorious, how much more glorious is the ministry that brings righteousness? For what was glorious has no glory now in comparison with the surpassing glory. And if what was fading away came with glory, how much greater is the glory of that which lasts? Therefore, excuse me. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. We are not like Moses, who would put a veil over his face to keep the Israelites from gazing at it while the radiance was fading away. But their minds were made dull. For to this day the same veil remains when the old covenant is read. If it was not been it has not been removed, because only in Christ is it taken away. Even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their hearts, but whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is there, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. And we unveiled faces all reflect the Lord's glory, are being transformed into His likeness, with ever increasing glory which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. So hanggang verse 18 lang tayo. Hanggang verse 18 lang yung chapter 3. Lipat na tayo dito sa Proverbs chapter 8. Basa. Wisdom's call. Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? On the heights along the way where the paths meet, she takes her stand. Beside the gates leading into the city, at the entrances she cries aloud, To you, O men, I call out, I raise my voice to all mankind. You who are simple, gain prudence. You who are foolish, gain understanding. Listen, for I have worthy things to say. I open my lips to speak what is right. My mouth speaks what is true, for my lips detest wickedness. All the words of my mouth are just, none of them is crooked or perverse. To the discerning, all of them are right. They are faultless to those who have knowledge. Choose my instruction instead of silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. I, wisdom, dwell together with prudence. I possess knowledge and discretion. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior and perverse speech. Verse 14. Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have understanding and power. By my king's reign, and rulers make laws that are just. Be my prince, govern, and all nobles who rule on earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me find me. With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit is better than fine gold. What I yield surpasses choice silver. I walk in the way of righteousness, along the paths of justice, bestowing wealth on those who love me, and making their treasures full. And making and making their treasuries full. Sorry guys. Pumipiyok na sarap. Verse 22. The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works before his deeds of old. I was appointed from eternity, from the beginning before the world began. When there were When there were no oceans, I was given birth. When there were no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills I was given birth. Before he made the earth or its fields, or any of the dust of the world, I was there when he set the heavens in place. When he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep. When he established the clouds above, and fixed securely the fountains of the deep. When he gave the sea its boundary, so the waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was the craftsman at his side. I was full with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in his whole world, and delighting in mankind. Verse 32. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not ignore it. Blessed is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favor from the Lord. But whoever fails to find me harms himself. All who hate me love death.